After more than 6 decades of living through the ups and downs of life, and having experienced the twists and turns of 2 marriages, I still find myself holding on to a deep and unspoken longing. It's a subtle feeling, one that doesn't often shout or demand attention, but quietly sits within me like a gentle ember waiting to glow again. This longing isn't about the past or what has been lost. It's a hopeful, innocent yearning for what the future might bring. Sometimes, especially in the quiet moments before sleep or when the day's chaos settles, my mind wanders to thoughts of a new companion, someone who might share this journey beside me. I try to imagine her as vividly as I can, painting her in strokes of kindness and strength, intelligence and warmth. She's more than just a partner. She is a reflection of the dreams I have yet to fulfill, the laughter I want to share, and the quiet moments of peace I seek. I believe she will be wise, because wisdom is one of the most attractive qualities a person can possess. Not simply book smart, but wise in the ways of the heart, with a subtle wit that can turn any simple conversation into something memorable. Her beauty is not just skin deep, it's a radiance that shines from having embraced life, with all its challenges and joys. Her figure is soft and inviting, not by the standards of glossy magazines, but with a natural allure curves that speak of comfort and confidence. I see her standing tall, with long, dark hair falling freely down her back like a velvet waterfall. It's the kind of hair that doesn't need any dye or artificial treatments because she honors what she was born with, embracing her natural self fully. Her strong eyebrows match the richness of her hair, framing eyes that sparkle with curiosity and life, a gaze that is both tender and lively. She doesn't wear makeup to hide or alter. She shows her true face to the world with pride. It's a beauty that doesn't rely on layers or colors, but on authenticity. Her shoulders, though soft to the touch, show that she is no stranger to hard work, whether tending the garden or simply caring for the little things in life that make a home warm and welcoming. There's a balance in her that I find incredibly appealing, strength blended with softness, resilience coupled with gentleness. As I think about her presence, I picture her standing near me with a gentle smile, content in simply being together. There is a quiet eagerness in the way she looks at me, an unspoken desire to connect on a deeper level. It's not about haste or pressure, but about sharing an experience that feels natural and loving. I imagine the warmth in her eyes reflecting a mutual understanding, a dance of glances and subtle touches that build anticipation without rushing. This image, vivid and full of promise, is a comfort to me. It reminds me that no matter how many years have passed or what has happened before, there is always room for hope and affection. Life has a way of surprising us, of bringing unexpected joy through the simplest connections. Even now, with so much history behind me, I feel ready to open my heart and to welcome the next chapter, hand in hand with someone who understands and cherishes the depth of companionship. In these moments, I am filled with gratitude for the journey so far and with excitement for what lies ahead. The dreams of tomorrow are not mere fantasies, but heartfelt wishes waiting to be fulfilled. And with each passing day, I am more certain that when the time comes, she will appear the woman meant to walk beside me, with all the beauty, strength, and love that I imagine, waiting patiently like a gentle breeze on a quiet afternoon. Settling into my favorite recliner, a familiar calm washes over me, a quiet moment carved out from the busyness of life. My hand naturally drifts to a place of comfort and reassurance, a gentle touch that has long been part of my solo rituals. Today, unlike the hurried rush of so many impatient moments in the past, I intend to savor each sensation, lingering in the pleasure of slow discovery rather than chasing a swift conclusion. This time is for enjoyment, an embrace of the journey itself rather than a race to the destination. The warmth beneath my fingertips reminds me of vitality that still glows, despite the years. There's a quiet pride in that resilience, a reminder that age is nothing but a number when the heart and spirit remain eager and alive. In my mind's eye, I see her nearby, my imagined partner, her eyes fixed with curiosity and delight as this shared moment unfolds. She watches not with judgment or distraction, but with a sincere appreciation, fascinated by the closeness we share, even in this simple yet intimate act. The anticipation is almost tangible, like the hum of an engine revving before takeoff. That steady building excitement reflects the connection we both crave, the mingling of presence and desire, tender and patient. My movements begin deliberately, cautiously at first, as if testing a melody for the first time. A soft rhythm takes shape, fingers gliding with gentle confidence. The sensation is warm, a comforting pulse beneath my touch that feels almost like a conversation between body and soul. Slowly, the tempo increases, each stroke a note in a slow building song of sensation. It's a private dance, a momentum building not out of desperation, but out of joy. The imagined expression on her face is one of admiring sweetness, like a partner following the lead in a perfectly synchronized waltz. Time seems to stretch and compress at once. There is no rush here, no urgency, but rather a deep appreciation for the flow of the experience, the rise and fall of breath, the tension and release playing across my senses. I imagine her shifting a little closer, a playful smile spreading across her lips, inviting me into this shared space of affection and warmth. She's fully present, a willing passenger on this flight of delight, watching with eager eyes and a heart open to the possibilities that intimacy brings, even when it's solitary. The room grows charged with silent electricity. My hand moves with increasing confidence, building toward a crescendo that is as much about feeling and connection as it is about release. I am reminded that these moments are not just about the physical, but about the celebration of being alive, alive with desire, anticipation, and the simple, profound pleasure of touch. There's a grace here, a dignity in taking time to enjoy oneself fully and tenderly at any age. This imagined shared moment, though solitary in reality, speaks to something universal, the longing to be seen, understood, and cherished. As my fingers glide, I sense her presence as a comforting warmth beside me, a partner in this private celebration of life's enduring joys. The steady rhythm I create becomes a bridge connecting mind, body, and spirit, each movement an expression of vitality and care. Even as the pace quickens, there is a softness that remains, a promise that this journey is not one of haste, but of mindful indulgence. I welcome that feeling, allowing myself to be fully engaged in every sensation, every whispered excitement brewing between imagined glances. It is a dance of patience, trust, and openness, a heartfelt exploration. What I feel now is more than physical. It is the blending of memory and hope, solitude and companionship. It is the quiet assertion that at any point in life, passion and tenderness can flourish anew. The warmth in my grasp, the imagined sparkle in her eyes, the slow, steady building of pleasure amid the calm, perfect harmony of all that I hold dear. And so, with each deliberate touch, I move closer to that place where anticipation and fulfillment meet. A place where age does not diminish desire but deepens it, where experience brings not weariness but a richer texture to the experience. I am ready for this journey, whatever its course may be, emboldened by the knowledge that sometimes the sweetest flights are those taken slowly, savoring every moment of the climb. As the gentle rhythm settles in, my focus shifts seamlessly between the sight of her graceful form and the steady beat of sensations within. The delicate interplay between observation and feeling creates a harmony that fills the room with quiet tension and shared anticipation. My hand moves with a practiced ease, guided by years of experience, yet renewed by the freshness of this imagined connection. Each stroke is thoughtful, a melody of touch conveying both affection and eagerness. There is something deeply comforting in this balance, the communion of body and mind working in unison to create pleasure that's both physical and emotional. Her presence near me feels like a warm current, inviting and patient. I watch as her features soften into a smile that says she is fully here, caught up in the moment, enjoying the slow build unfolding before us. Her fingers wander tentatively to places she knows well, exploring with a gentle curiosity that mirrors my own. It's a beautiful exchange, two parts of one story, harmonizing in the quiet intimacy of shared desire. Her soft moans become little bridges between us, a language beyond words that speaks of trust and mutual longing. The sensation beneath my palm deepens, a delightful blend of friction and warmth that stimulates nerve endings from fingertip to the very core. The subtle slide of skin, the gentle pressure and release, all work together like the delicate tuning of an instrument preparing for its sweetest song. Breath grows heavier, hearts beat a little faster, even if only in thought. The dance of attraction and response intensifies without rushing the pace. In this gentle crescendo, I find a balance between control and surrender that feels like freedom. Her smile shifts ever so slightly playful, inviting as she catches the heightening energy between us. There's a sparkle in her eyes that promises anticipation, that moment just before the crescendo when everything hangs suspended in possibility. I imagine her moving closer, leaning in not just with her body but with her spirit, as if to say, "I'm here, fully present and ready." She reaches upward, her hands sliding over curves that respond to the warmth in the room. She cradles herself with tender confidence, inviting me to share not just the physical sensations, but the silent, emotional conversation happening between us. Time seems elastic, stretching to hold the prolonged enjoyment of each small shift and glide, then contracting as the pulse quickens and awareness sharpens. My hand adjusts, becoming more assured yet still careful, caressing the skin with a loving attentiveness. The connection we share, real or imagined, is electric, charged with the promise of deeper closeness. Every movement is deliberate, no rush, no pressure, just an unfolding experience of mutual discovery and pleasure. Her fingers trace along her own contours, matching my rhythm as if dancing with the melody I create. Together we move through waves of sensation, highs and lows that ripple gently like soft tides pulling us closer. The softness of her sighs and the warmth of her gaze add layers of richness that transcend the purely physical. It is a meeting of minds and hearts as much as bodies, a celebration of intimacy that isn't rushed or forced but flows naturally like a slowly unfolding story. The room is filled with the quiet music of breathing and tender sounds, a symphony of connection that feels timeless and profound. I hold on to the moment, savoring the interplay of emotion and touch, knowing that this harmony brings a deep sense of fulfillment. There is a sacred beauty in this slow ascent, the way anticipation rises like the sun over a calm horizon, gentle yet inevitable. As the pace increases, the sensations amplify in waves of warmth and restless energy. My grip tightens a little, still tender but certainly full of intent, as if each touch is a message sent directly to her and received in kind. The pressure under my fingertips gives way to a subtle, slipping sensation, a natural dance of layers that heightens the pleasure and draws me ever closer to that peak. My breath grows heavier, mingling with the soft sounds she makes, and the room seems to pulse with shared excitement. She watches intently, captivated by the movement, as if every stroke tells a story she's eager to hear. Her hands playfully teasing, embracing the curves of her own body, as though celebrating the beauty of sensation itself. There's a hint of mischief in her smile, a spark that says the best is yet to come, and that this is only the opening chapter of a longer tale. In her eyes, I see the pure joy of connection, both given and received freely in this dance of affection. Together, we linger in this elevated space where touch and emotion intertwine, creating a moment that feels both wonderfully intimate and expansively alive. Here, time holds still enough for us to explore the depths of feeling without distraction or haste. It is a place of mutual respect and tender energy, where anticipation blooms into shared fulfillment, and every heartbeat echoes the promise of what's yet to come. As the intimate rhythm between us grows more vibrant, the atmosphere fills with a heady mixture of anticipation and warmth. Our breaths deepen, synchronizing like the quiet hum of engines preparing for a steady flight. Her smile widens playfully, teasing the promise of shared delight just on the horizon. With a mischievous sparkle in her eyes, she moves closer, bridging the small space between us with gentle confidence and grace. She offers a taste of sweetness, a tender gesture that feels like a soft invitation, bringing us even closer in this dance of connection. The delicate exchange sparks a thrill, drawing a smile as genuine as sunshine across my face. Our shared moment seems to stretch and expand, each breath carrying the electricity of closeness and understanding. I feel the gentle pull of her presence, inviting me into a space where physical innocence meets emotional depth, a place where trust and desire blend seamlessly. Her laughter rings softly, clear, and light, a sound that fills the room and lifts my spirits. There's comfort in this playfulness, a lightness that balances the building intensity and reminds me that joy and tenderness are intertwined. As she leans near, she offers warmth and reassurance, her touch a soothing balm that lingers like a whisper on the skin. I return her invitation with delicate attention, exploring the contours she reveals with reverence and care. Together, we create a harmony of motion and stillness, anticipation and satisfaction. The connection feels alive, a living thing nurtured by patience and affection. My hands move gently, yet eagerly, attuned to the signals she gives, an unspoken language of longing and acceptance. Her body responds with quiet grace, a tender dance of response that mirrors my own desires without haste or pressure. Each moment holds its own weight, a precious pause in time filled with possibility and quiet celebration. I find myself caught in the delicate balance between restraint and release, savoring the electric tension that builds with every soft touch and glance. The room seems to hold its breath alongside us, a sanctuary where our connection can deepen naturally. The colors and textures around fade into the background as we focus entirely on each other, on the sensations and emotions that swirl between hands and hearts. She leans forward slightly, offering the warmth of her presence in a way that feels both inviting and sacred. I respond with gentle attentions, tracing paths that invite a soft sigh or a smile, collecting small moments of shared pleasure. The softness of her skin beneath my fingertips, the curve of a shoulder, the tilt of her head, all of it creates a tapestry of connection that tells a story beyond words. As the rhythm gently accelerates, the rise and fall of our mingled breaths forms a soothing cadence. The anticipation grows, a slow building crescendo that promises a peak crafted not by rush but by mindful presence. Her focus never wavers. Her eyes hold mine with a depth that speaks of trust and eagerness. She welcomes the playful teasing of touches, the slow unfolding of discovery that feels like a tender exploration of the senses. The dance continues, a blend of give and take, of gentle pursuit and willing surrender. The subtle sounds of pleasure form a backdrop to the intimacy that wraps around us, a cocoon of shared understanding and delight. With each passing moment, the connection deepens, becoming a quiet celebration of the joy found in closeness and care. Her fingers brush against her own skin, matching my rhythm with a gentle urgency that mirrors the emotions we share. The warmth between us builds steadily, a current pulsing with life and promise. I hold her gaze, letting the silence speak volumes, feeling the threads of our connection weave tighter. There's a sacredness in this space, a feeling that what we share is a rare and beautiful gift. We move together in this private world, where every touch and glance is a note in an intimate symphony. The anticipation hangs on a knife edge, thrilling and tender all at once. We both know that soon the moment will bloom fully, but for now we savor the exquisite tension, the delicious suspense that makes the culminating joy all the sweeter. In this suspended time, we are perfectly attuned partners in a dance of affection, patience, and desire. Our breaths continue to mingle, our movements to harmonize, as we embrace the fullness of the experience unfolding between us. The beauty of this shared journey is not just in the destination, but in every tender step along the way, every gentle touch and loving look that binds us closer together. She takes the lead gently, guiding this tender exchange with practiced care and a softness that speaks of deep affection. My hands explore with reverence, tracing the contours of her form, memorizing the gentle curves and textures that language alone cannot describe. There's a delicate balance in this momenta, beautiful interplay of giving and receiving that feels both new and familiar. Her touch responds in kind, skillful, and loving, as if our bodies speak a language only they understand. I watch her face, noting the focused serenity that blooms there, a testament to the connection we share. Every movement is purposeful yet effortless, a dance of intimacy that unfolds in quiet harmony. My right hand ventures upward, seeking the warmth and softness of her skin, while the other remains steady, providing comfort and rhythm. Her breath catches softly now, shallow and eager, as waves of pleasure ripple through the space between us. The subtle pressure of her hands, the curve of her body leaning closer, all stir an energy that's both gentle and intense. In this cocoon of mutual care, there is no need for words. Every gesture carries meaning, every sigh and glance weaving us tighter together. She invites me to share fully, to surrender not to urgency, but to the embrace of patience and trust. Our bodies move with a grace born from years of experience, from knowing the language of tenderness and desire without haste. As the moment builds, my senses heighten. The warmth beneath my fingertips contrasts with the cool air, the softness against the firmness, the steady rhythm with the unpredictable flicker of sensation. Her hands continue their journey, skilled and sure, coaxing response with the kind of gentle pressure that speaks of knowledge and care. The connection deepens, a tender crescendo that promises release wrapped in affection. I sense her sharing in this journey, her eyes shining with a mixture of joy and anticipation. The space between us hums with quiet energy as we move closer to the peak we both seek. Then, with a grace that feels like the closing of a perfect circle, she signals the moment, her hand steady yet soft, inviting me to fully let go. The tension that is built gives way to a wave of warmth and relief, a release that envelops us both in a rush of emotion and connection. Her laughter bubbles up, light and joyous, a sweet soundtrack to the culmination of our shared experience. My body relaxes, sinking gently into the comfort of the chair, as the afterglow washes over us with a gentle embrace. She playfully lifts her hand, bringing it to her lips in a tender gesture of savoring, tracing soft lines of affection onto herself, as if to hold on to the memory a little longer. Her gaze meets mine, full of warmth and gratitude, turning something so private into a moment of open, loving exchange. We share a quiet smile, the kind that speaks volumes without uttering a single word. In this shared silence, there's a promise of more moments like this, of tenderness rediscovered and pleasures savored at a gentle pace. She shifts, settling comfortably in my arms with a sigh of contentment. Our bodies fit together naturally, as if designed to rest in this peaceful closeness. I whisper softly about tomorrow, about the simple joys still waiting, knowing that this quiet intimacy is its own kind of homecoming. Together, we drift toward rest, wrapped in the soft warmth of being together. The world outside fades, and here, in the stillness, our hearts beat steady and survey a serene conclusion to a beautiful, unfolding story of connection and care.